One of the things that you will need when you are retired in Cambodia and in Thailand would be a motorbike, a motorcycle, a scooter. Now, if you've never ridden a motorbike before, I would suggest one of the automatic ones. I call it push and go, where you just use the accelerator, the gear change is automatic. In Cambodia, you do not need a license if it's under 125cc. In Thailand, you do, and you would exchange your motorbike license for it. Don't exchange your car license. But in Cambodia, hey, it's easy. If it's under 125, basically, you do not need a license. Now, some of the rules coming up in a moment or two is a roundabout. Now, in a lot of countries, you give way to the left. Now, I am driving on the right-hand side of the road, the same in a lot of other countries like in America and also China, not like Japan or the UK. So you would expect to give way to the things to the left. In Asia, in a lot of places, it's like all for one and one for all. If there's a space, go. Now, some cars just ignore people coming from one side of the road. Remember, you're a small item on the road, so make sure you drive slowly, use your indicators, but do remember, and I don't remember every single time, to turn off the indicator. It's not automatic. Here's the roundabout about 2 kilometers away from my house. There is a car in front of me. He's going to turn left. So obviously I'm looking left there. There are some, and I'm just mixing into the traffic and then going round, following the white car. I'm not too sure where he's going. I think he's going along the highway, the same as me. And yeah, there we go, a cross. But keep your eyes open all the time. When you ride a motorbike in Cambodia, always wear a helmet and make sure you have mirrors. The police, they do occasional checks on the road, and they won't stop you if you're not driving like that. For example, you can do inside overtaking, but and you can do outside overtaking as well. The speed limit here is round about 60 kilometers an hour, but make sure you do have that helmet and make sure you do have the mirrors, because then the police won't stop you unless you're driving like a crazy man or you look like you're a little bit drunk. If you are an experienced motorbike rider, you will know the very basics. A road like this, you do actually have 2 lanes for you. One is going to be close to the pavement and the other one is going to be close to the divider in the middle of the road. Don't drive what I'm doing now, actually. I'm driving into the middle lane. That's where you're going to have a lot of oil and the grit from the cars going past. So either two. So if you have a 2-way or a 2-lane traffic system that's coming up in a moment or two, you have 4 lanes to choose from. You shouldn't, but it's so easy to do, just drive in the center. This bike I'm driving here is from 2023. It's around about 8 months old now. It's got about 6,000 kilometers on the clock, and getting close to 6.5. It's a Honda ADV 160. It's a really good bike. It's got chunky wheels, it's got a display like that, and it's quite advanced with this. They are quite expensive. In this country, they're $4,900. I know that in other countries they are cheaper, but $4,900. It has traction control, it has vented brakes on both wheels, and it has torque control or torque as well. So it's actually really safe. So you can go around some great corners and you can really trust this bike as long as you look after it. Every 1,000 kilometers in Cambodia or in hot countries, you should get the oil changed. Go for the top brand. It's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, $5.50. You can get it done at the Honda garage. And every 8,000 kilometers, you should have a service. Every 4,000 kilometers, you should change the engine oil. The engine oil is round about $2 here. And now we're slowly coming into the outskirts of the city of Siem Reap, Cambodia. So you may be cringing about my riding. I'm not exactly going very fast. You can see on the speedo is about 55-40. In the city, you should actually drop your speed limit down to about 40 to 50. Now, this is a 3-lane road here, so you do have the fast lane, the middle lane, and the slow lane. Here in Cambodia, you can undertake, you can overtake. That's entirely up to you, as long as you do it safely. So many people will be in the fast lane going incredibly slowly, but they may be looking for a turning on the left-hand side. When you get to the traffic lights, you will see a lot of motorbikes actually get into the right-hand lane and waiting for the lights. It's just so the other cars can use the other 2 lanes like that. It's pretty normal to do. And most people, during the daytime, they don't drive actually really crazy. It's the young kids who do, especially at night time. They've had 1 or 2 beers. And here, don't drink and drive. It's 0 tolerance, or a little bit of extra money in the bank, whichever way you like to look at it. If you do and the police would stop you, you may end up in prison even with 1 beer inside you. Don't even consider it. If you want to go out, save your money. Save your license, save your life, and basically get a tuk-tuk or get a Passat, the 3-wheeler motor vehicles or motorcycles that are the normal taxi service here. So, what do you think of my driving below? You may have been riding motorbikes in America or driving cars in England for a long time. Throw that rule book out of the window. Yes, your driving test was far more difficult than you could say some places in Asia, but with this, just go with the flow. The speed in Asia usually is a lot slower. I was in England last year, for example. I was driving a car, and along the highway or the motorway was about 70 miles an hour, which is just under 120. And some of the roads are like 50 kilometers, but some ridiculously slow speeds of 20 miles an hour. You could walk faster than that. Yeah, the good news is I have never seen any speed cameras here, but that doesn't mean take advantage of it and don't drive like a kamikaze, because, as I said, you do not need a license to ride a motorbike. So a lot of people who drive the smaller bikes haven't been trained in any way, shape or form. It's just the experience of actually riding a motorbike or driving a car. When you do drive a car, yes, you do need a license, and there are driving schools. Where to get a second-hand car, don't ask me, because my mechanical engineering knowledge is rubbish. Personally, I would only buy brand new, because then you get the guarantee from the actual car company for, well, the warranty maybe like 2, 3, 5, and some Korean cars I think even do 10 years nowadays, or 100,000 kilometers. So you can see here a little bit of a congestion there, and again, it's not common that people use indicators. There was one person who said to me, "Our indicators are not optional extra." Some people are very good with indicators, and some people seem to even just leave them on and forget about it, because there's no automatic turn off on motorbikes. You have to do it manually. There may be some that are, but I've never come across it. And you can see these 3-wheeled vehicles quite often, and these are the Passats and these are the taxis. And waiting at the traffic lights, it's not like a Grand Prix. You just it will change to orange and it will change to green, or will it just go straight to green? I think it goes straight to green. Sorry, different countries, different rules. And you will see some kids, when it's a red light, they will actually go across it full beam, and you say, and how many times have I seen these collisions because they're not following the traffic rules? Red to me means stop. It doesn't mean go faster. I can talk a lot more about this, but I think I'm just going to leave it there for now, and you can enjoy this ride, which I've done a million times on this channel. This is myself, and Sophie is on her bike because we're going to the supermarket. We need 2 motorbikes to bring it back home, so we don't have to splash out on a tuk-tuk for 1 journey return. It actually makes it a lot cheaper if you multiply it by 52 times in 1 year, 52 weeks. Don't forget to like, please do subscribe, and do follow us on the the channel. And I do post quite often on Twitter, so you can follow me there. The links are in the description below. And if you feel ultimately jealous and you don't know what to do with your $1 million, well, hey, perhaps you can donate it to my channel. The links are in the description below by becoming a member, super chats, super thanks, and also my Patreon account as well. God bless to all. I will leave you with some music and the rest of the journey. Bye bye for now.